What is your take on Detty December and possibilities on its scalability?
Detty December to me is an experience. I call it an experience for three major things. Number one is that it's primarily powered by how people feel, which is happiness. They want to come to an environment where they feel happy. They've worked between January to probably November, and now it's time for them to come and do Detty December. They want to dance. So it's built around happiness. That is one. Uh, Number two, the reason why I call it an experience is because it's built around family bonding. People, especially those in the diaspora, they've missed their loved ones, and they want to come back to have that feeling. They want to have that touch of, that touch of community which they were missing prior to this time, prior to the time of the December. And the third reason why I call it an experience is because it's built around one there, like the show off, right? There's money making in show off. Show off is a product. It's not what people think it is. Some people call show off as a means of, oh, you're showing off. You're trying to let people know you have arrived. But then in business, show off is a product. Show off is a stream of income. It's a lot of scalable. To be honest, you can scale show off. But notwithstanding, these are the three reasons why I call it an experience. But for us to make Detty December to move from a point of experience to a point of attraction, then we need to focus around ensuring that we make the best out of it. And making the best out of it needs to be championed definitely by the stakeholders who are involved in, achieving this whole Detty December thing. But the first stakeholders who are involved in achieving the Detty December are the entertainment industry. These are the primary industry that are going to be held responsible to achieve a better Detty December for the forthcoming years. Because I feel like if they consider this to be just around the space of them doing shows, inviting people to come all over the world for their shows, and they do not see it from the point of attraction where they want to scale this whole thing they are doing, then it's a concern, because government might not take this serious until there is a pressure from the stakeholders who influence that pressure for them to achieve a better and secure Detty December for those who experience it. Right, so I say entertainers, the musicians, makers, those who organize shows, who brings in Whiskey, the Burna Boy, we have these guys are like, they're like show makers. Like they need to collaborate with those who also into comedy. They need to collaborate and start preparing for the forthcoming this 2026 one, writing to government of different states who are responsible to ensure security. So they need to be a responsible actors that are meant to drive that industry. Yeah, because if not, it will still remain the way it is, right? We can't remain on a platter of, oh, it's flattening. There's no organized structure. Which body are responsible to manage it, right? I think I've known of some of the bodies, like I can't remember one at the moment, but I think at the point of conversations, maybe I could remember them. So they may need to have an organized setting of structures that are designed for that purpose. And every year they hold the stakeholders like government accountable for. They hold emergency, management service agencies like FRSC accountable for the purpose of risk assessment around incident report of security accidents. They hold police accountable in the area of, so they need to be a structure around it. And another, major stakeholders I will have to mention here are the religious body, right? The religious body are primarily one of the major stakeholders of Detty December. In their own case, it's not for the purpose of the Detty December in the form of and bad things. They do it in the form of people come around to come and play. They want to have vigil. They want to have retreat with God, and you have different, actors coming down to our CCG camp. People are traveling from all over the world to experience what's it called? This every year, the experience, the one that is hosted by House of the Rock. Every year has been done. Also for winners, for example, Shiloh. These are real drivers of the whole December, experience, and it's really a point of attraction. So you just body also have a very role to play. In their own case, it might not be as proactive in the form of agitating for what the entertainers would want to get, but they also have a role to play in ensuring that this whole December experience is great enough. Then the last driver for the Detty December is the diasporas, right? The diaspora bodies are quite very, very huge contributing factor of Detty December, and then it's very important that the Nigerian Diaspora Commission also are able to play here to ensure that the data around the involvement of the diaspora are well captured, contributing factor are well captured, and then they have a very good, package on how they could establish a good relationship between the diaspora and the locals. When they are coming to, they use the word we because right now myself I'm in the UK. So when we come down to Nigeria to experience 30 December, the goal is not just to mingle around doing the show offs, going for the parties, going for the one band, going for the entertainment shows. But that's the best time the diaspora commissions can as well make a very good network with them, and then bring them closer to the locals, and then establish point of collaboration between the diaspora and the locals. Within the space of 1 day, 2 day, 3 days workshop, things are done, and then everybody have a very good reason to say, okay, fine, we're working on this for the next couple of months for us to achieve a better one for next year, and that is it. So probably it's all about actors, non-state actors coming together, entertainers, the religious body, and the diaspora commission coming together to achieve a very good experience around it. So it can be a point of attraction. I think I've done a different analysis on how this Detty December whole thing is being impacted to the Nigerian GDP, and that will be showing up after this video. Right.
All right. So primarily, this is a summary, highlight of the Detty December revenue contribution in Nigeria, and what we have here, this figure was at the start of 2024, which is the most recent computed figure as designed in the context of different independent research, company and media houses coming up with this data. Mind you, this data is actually sourced secondarily, so it means that there's still no legitimate body that can give accurate information, but it's more like a summary of a snapshot of it. All right, so basically, Detty December has contributed about 220 million, US dollars as of 2024, and this was 2024, and then we have between the space of 71.6 to 120.6 million within Lagos alone, and then most of this is sourced from tourism and hospitality and entertainment sector, right? Going into the key factors, the key revenue figures as found in the 2024. National impact was between 220 million USD, and Lagos has between 71.6 to 128.6 million contributing, revenue, and these are mostly sourced from two major locations of sector, with tourism and entertainment, and then 1.2 million USD, visitors have also been sourced from the angle of mostly Nigerian diasporans who are coming down to Nigeria to celebrate Detty December, and then approximately. If we were to look at it based on average contributing, revenue from the two primary sectors that are promoting this Detty December, which is tourism and entertainment, both sector in compound effects has contributed over 70 million USD, and that is 101.5 billion in naira. So breaking down into this, because when we talk about tourism and entertainment, we shouldn't mistake it to the random tourism here. In this context, we're referring to hostel and rentals, which is Airbnb businesses, shortlets, nightlife. Nigerians are very high on nightlife, going for clubs, night shows, and then events. Basically, of course, then recreation, going to the beaches and resort areas, right? So, what are the economic drivers of these things as seen in this data? We have the diaspora remittances, and this is a very significant portion because the diaspora remittance is very high on the context of sending money back home to enjoy Detty December. And some of them are also coming home themselves. Tourism boom. In this context, we're looking at hotels, airlines, restaurants, and local businesses. Shopping within the local market. Patronizing Nigerian airlines as a result of movement from one location to the other. Some people have to go and spend Detty December in Lagos and their primary houses in maybe outside Lagos. That's it's a lot of packed commercial activity. The real estate plays a role in terms of short-term rentals. So in summary, Detty December is really, an on-top market at the moment, and then we need to see how structures can play a role in achieving this performing, unstructured market, and then so that there can be a good benefit out of it.